A U.S. Post Office mail carrier was shot by an Amazon driver. An adult posed as a high school student and went to school for 19 days. And an emergency world naked bike ride is planned in Portland. These are the weird stories for Monday on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast recorded by a comedian inside a closet. This is Jonesy, your host, and you are my beautiful listener. A U.S. Post Office mail carrier was shot by an Amazon driver. Sheesh, this mail-on-mail crime is an epidemic in the U.S. these days, isn't it? Now, this insane story is out of Everett, Washington. A U.S. Postal Service worker was shot in the face on Friday by an Amazon employee. So the Amazon employee went postal on the postman, it sounds. Or would you say he went primal on the postman? I think that's more fitting, given that he works for Amazon Prime. I said he, but I mean, I'm making an assumption here that it was a he. It just seems like something a he would do. Definitely something an American would do, that's for sure. I mean, we don't even have to think twice about that, right? Where's the gunplay happening? Where's the place where everyone's solving their issues with a little blam, 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 blam? Oh, yeah. One place and one place only. Now, as a result of this shooting, the police arrested an Amazon delivery driver who allegedly shot the postal worker. It all happened around noon during delivery hours. The police arrived on the scene. They found the U.S. Postal Service employee suffering from a gunshot wound to the face. A postal inspector confirmed that the incident happened as the carrier was delivering the mail. The postal inspector made a statement saying, "At that time, the carrier was confronted by another individual working for Amazon, and then a small altercation took place where the carrier was unfortunately shot in the face. At this time, he is alive and making the next steps medically to recover." Well, thankfully, this guy's going to live. I was worried. He got shot in the face. But, you know, this gang-on-gang violence it's getting out of control in my country. It's gang rivalries, too. What set you from, homie? What, you from the USPS, huh? This ain't your corner, homie. I already told you, Esse, you're out of your range. You keep your packages to your own turf. You hear me, homie? Now, the article ends with this statement here. It simply says, the motive behind the incident is under investigation, and they have no answers. Well, I think that just leaves us all to assume that the package wars have begun. Score one for Amazon right now. I'm sure there'll be a pay-per-view event coming soon. Delivery Mania 5. Got DoorDash versus Uber Eats versus FedEx versus Amazon. In the octagon, 4 delivery persons enter, 1 leaves. I'll tell you right now, my money in a battle between carriers is going to be on Amazon every time. Every time. Because A, Amazon will hire anybody. Amazon will hire any fool to deliver packages. I mean, I've seen some of these drivers. Yeah, I mean, felonies are no issue, it would seem. The other reason I'd bet on Amazon to win in a battle is that, well, everybody knows you don't beef with a guy that pees in a bottle.
Welcome.
An adult is caught posing as a high school student for 19 days. This story is out of White Bear Lake, Minnesota. Questions of school safety are swirling after a 22-year-old allegedly enrolled in and attended a high school in Minnesota. Ooh, 22-year-old trying to fake it through some high school. How did they find out? Was he saying strange things to the kids like, "How do you do, fellow kids?" "Hey, guys, so what's groovy? Are we raging this weekend? Where my homies at? For shizzle, huh? For shizzle, guys, am I right? Oh, gee willikers, I can't wait for the pep rally later. That's going to be off the chain. For shizzle." Now, it says here this individual hasn't been charged with anything yet, but he could face some charges of fraud, forgery, and unlawful conduct with minors. Yeah, you should charge him with all those things. 22-year-old Kelvin Lupke was seen earlier this week walking out of the jail after being held for a probation violation on an unrelated matter. He was convicted 2 years ago of sending an explicit picture to a 15-year-old girl. Oh, sending explicit pictures to 15-year-old girls, to teenage girls? I think that is a related matter. He was just caught on high school grounds interacting with teenagers. I assume some of them females. It's a high school after all. I would say that's related. That's a related matter. I mean, are we all so foolish that we're going to believe that he was attending high school to gain knowledge and for a little learning? I don't think so. This dude's on probation because he's a pedo, and he's trying to take his pedo activities up a level. But this poor naive boy, he doesn't understand that you can only pedo in the U.S. if you're rich or have political power. And then... Now, they interviewed this little critter, 22-year-old Kelvin. He said he did enroll as a student at the White Bear Lake area high school, but called the situation, quote, a misunderstanding because he had an ID from another country. Yeah, a misunderstanding, he's quoted as saying. I had a different birth certificate on my other thing in Africa. Okay, just misunderstanding. Hey, it's not what you think, guys. I'm trying to get into high school as research for my podcast. I'm not trying to touch underage girls by any means, even though I'm on probation for sending nudes to underage girls. I love how he says it's a different birth certificate mix-up. Oh, it's a misunderstanding because I had a different birth certificate. So your original intentions was to show up to high school with your real birth certificate that says you're 22 and enroll, and you brought the wrong one? I mean, does he think we're just stupid? We can't put this together? Aww. The context clues are just going over our heads at this point. Guy sends dick pics to underage girls and then shows up at a high school for 19 days. No, it's no mystery what's going on here. The real mystery is, why did it take so damn long to find him? He was on campus for 19 days. He's on probation for sexually soliciting minors. I assume he's a registered sex offender in the area, and he was on a high school campus for almost a month. They don't keep an eye on people like this? So comforting to know that they're keeping an eye on people like this. I mean, that makes me want to confidently pay my taxes on time and in full, because I know they're going to work with that. And now we have here the superintendent of the school, who said that Kelvin Lupke used the fake name Kelvin Perry to enroll. Didn't even change his first name. So stupid. He even tried out for the high school football team. Talk about keeping a low profile, bro. This guy's trying to be the star quarterback at a school that he's illegally attending. Yeah, and I'm sure that Kelvin was playing football for the love of the game and not to score with some 16-year-olds, right? I mean, what an idiot. Why don't you run for class president while you're at it, stupid? The superintendent also says Kelvin presented a birth certificate from another country. The document lists his age as 18, but court records state he's actually 22 years old. According to the district, Kelvin enrolled as a homeless, unaccompanied youth. Under federal law, schools are required to enroll eligible students immediately, even if they cannot provide academic records or proof of residency. Well, that sounds like a very dangerous loophole, wouldn't you say? I mean, what did I just read? Under federal law, schools are required to enroll students immediately, even if they cannot provide academic records or a proof of residency if they enroll as homeless, unaccompanied youth. Was anyone aware of this? I mean, where do you come up with this? Are you okay? What is with these lawmakers? What are you smoking? What are you smoking, lawmakers? This is outrageous. You're letting... yeah, well, you know, he had a beard. We had a feeling he wasn't exactly 17, but I don't know. He said he was homeless, so we had to let him in without proof of academic record or residency. I mean, this makes about as much sense as a $3 bill. I'm so sorry. And obviously a policy that came from the left, which those things will blow your mind as well. Oh, no, it's not just the right that's out of their minds. It's the far left as well. Just bananas. The far left, it's like it's their job to do away with safeguards in order to allow like marginal people to participate in very delicate situations. Have you noticed that? Like in this situation. Oh, a homeless kid? Oh, let him in. Don't ask him for ID or proof of residency or even a school record. Just let him in. Never mind that he's bald and pulled up in an old Eldorado. Yeah, let him in with his 3 German Shepherds. It's no problem. Now, let's wrap up the article. It says, for 19 days, Kelvin walked the halls of the high school as Kelvin Perry. And guess what, guys? That's not the only high school that he's attended. From January 2022 to 2023, Forest Lake Area School District officials say Kelvin was a student there, but he did not graduate. That's 2 districts, 2 separate identities. The family he was staying with during his school year said they believed he was at work that entire time. But thankfully, just this past week, students at the White Bear Lake Area High School say they recognized him from a booking photo out of Anoka County, where he was held for an unrelated charge. And the police say they are pursuing possible criminal violations related to fraud, forgery, and unlawful conduct involving interactions with minors. Yeah. And maybe you guys should hold on to him this time. Hold on to Kelvin. See, anybody can catch a pedo. You know, the key is to hold on to the pedo.
Doug.
Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
An emergency naked bike ride is planned in Portland, Oregon. So basically normal Portland stuff is being planned in Oregon. They're so weird over there. This is so Portland. The world has seen a lot from Portland lately, it says in the article. It may be about to see a whole lot more because organizers of the World Naked Bike Ride claimed on social media that they're planning to protest the Trump administration's decision to send 200 federalized National Guard troops to Portland. The exact quote on their social media post says, "Emergency World Naked Bike Ride coming up in response to the militarization of our city." Now, apparently using the format of naked bicycling as a form of protest against the Trump administration's actions should not be very surprising. The annual Portland Naked Bike Ride event was created as a protest against big oil. The upcoming Naked Bike Ride is being organized by an offshoot of the original World Naked Bike Ride. I guess this is how they protest in Portland with the Naked Bike Ride situation. It's a funny way to do it. This is unconstitutional, right, guys? Yeah, it is. But what are we going to do about it? I know exactly what we need. Marty, show him your ass crack. Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. And by the way, I'll volunteer my balls, huh? Oh, thanks, Stu. That's quite a sacrifice you're making, whipping your balls out to show these fascists we mean business. Anybody else want to join the fight against fascism with their breasts? You girls? All right, well, meet us at the vegan strip club tomorrow at 5. I just love this. I love this. What did they call it? Operation Titties Against Tyrants? Or Dongs Out and Dictators Out? That's a good one. All right. Well, sadly, the article I have here doesn't indicate when this emergency World Naked Bike Ride protest is going to be happening in Portland. Let me do another search here. Oh, I got their Instagram page up here. It says it's going to take place October 12th at 2:30 p.m., and the start location will be released later this week. The route will not be shared, though. They're just going to share the start location. Yeah, because they don't want the troops to intercept their route. Well, I'll tell you, this National Guard is going to have the time of their lives, probably. Right? I mean, how do you not enjoy that? But, I mean, they're going to be ordered not to enjoy it. They're going to be ordered to take action, is my guess. And it could be a little bit dangerous for the naked riders. These aren't civil times. You know, somebody could get a club up the bum. That's not going to be good. So just be careful, riders. I know you're probably thinking, like, no one's going to... You wouldn't arrest a naked lady, would you? But, I mean, they just might. They just might. And you know, you're naked on a bicycle, so, like, where do you keep your ID? You're probably riding without an ID. And without an ID, they're liable to ship your naked ass to some place you don't want to be. So if you're going to be riding naked, you make sure you're prepared. You're going to need some cream for the road rash as well, so make sure you cover yourself in that area. And make sure you shave. You want to be shaven. You know, you want them to get the full effect. It's not a real protest if you don't shave. I mean, these are fascists on a national level. This isn't some sort of local protest, you know. Hey, you're polluting our little stream here. No. You're polluting our souls. So time to get naked and grab your BMX bike, bro. Hey, guys, what do you think of my thong for the bike ride? You're way too overdressed, Carol. What kind of American are you?
When did making plans get this complicated? It's time to streamline with WhatsApp, the secure messaging app that brings the whole group together. Use polls to settle dinner plans. Send event invites and pin messages so no one forgets Mom's 60th. And never miss a meme or milestone. All protected with end-to-end encryption. It's time for WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone. Learn more at whatsapp.com.
Well, thank you, my loyal listeners. I just want to take a moment to let you know how much I appreciate you. Yes. Here you are. You could be listening to any of the bazillion podcasts out there, and here you are listening to Weird AF News. I'm so grateful. So great. Thank you so much. I'm so proud. I want to give some thanks and praise. Oh, that's right. First of all, we have a nice, lovely review that was made for the podcast on Apple Podcasts by user TLESPS. The title is Great Escape. 5 stars. They give me 5 stars. I love 5 stars. My favorite amount of stars is 5 stars. Anyways, they wrote, I love this podcast. So how fabulous. 3 exclamations after love this podcast. That's great. That's great. That means they were screaming it from the mountaintops. Thank you so much, so much. I so appreciate that, TLESPS. You guys can always leave a wonderful 5-star review for Weird AF News, in such places as Amazon and Apple Podcasts. You can also leave reviews on Spotify, but you can't give that many stars, I don't think. But maybe you can. But if you can, you should. Yes, you should. You should give me all the stars. Yes, yes. Also, let me revert back to my own self here. I want to give thanks to Sheena and Charlie, who are big fans of the show. Sheena wrote me, by the way, Jonesy, my 11-year-old son and I love listening to your funny stories during our drives to town. I hear him commenting how he agrees with you on these crazy articles that you read about. He's even recommended your podcast to his other little friends. If you use this article I've included, could you give him a shout-out? His name is Charlie, a.k.a. Mac, and I'm Cheese, LOL. It's a kid's book. Look it up. Anyways, have a Smurfy day. So shout out to Sheena and Mac. Charlie. So Charlie's recommended me to his buddies. 11 years old. Who would have thought that 11-year-olds would enjoy this podcast that I do? I don't know. It seems so strange to me. Oh, man, I don't know. I didn't know I could make kids laugh, really. I didn't think they'd find me funny. Whenever I do a stand-up comedy show for a college crowd, I struggle. I'm like, I just can't relate to young people. But apparently, there's a few out there that, I must be on their same level on somehow. So anyways, thank you so much for that amazing email. That made me very, very happy. Well, before I get on out of here, I just want to say thank you for listening and hope you had a great weekend. Thanks to everybody who emailed me over the weekend. And if you ever like to support the show, you can go to weirdafnews.com. That's a place. You can join my Patreon or buy me a coffee. And you can always email me anytime. Send me a message or send me an article that you think's appropriate for the show. It's funnyjones@gmail.com, and on Instagram I'm @funnyjones, which is just another way to send me articles and to reach out and say hello. So don't be shy. All right, I'll see you tomorrow, kids. Toodaloo.